Welcome to the Yes and podcast, a space where we embrace life with courage, purpose, and possibility. Hi, I'm Claire Darr. I'm a former corporate lawyer turned executive coach. I'm a wife, a mom, and a believer in living boldly. Here, we're going to dive into saying yes to what truly matters: family, faith, career, and creating a legacy of joy and fulfillment. Together, we'll explore what happens when we step beyond the limits, ask for more, and say yes and to the extraordinary. It's time to live a life you can't wait to wake up for. Let's get started. It is so good to be back. I took a little bit of break there. This is going out sometime in March, and I had spring break. I had lots of fun activities and just didn't get round to doing this. So forgive me, forgive me. It's great to be back, and I've got so many great things coming. I've got some amazing guests coming up. It's a beautiful thing when you have people out there living the yes and life and being such a great example to all of us of what's possible when you choose your life and you say yes and you want more. And so today I want to share with you something I recently posted about, and I went into a little bit of detail, but I'm going to delve into it a little bit more today. And it's the power of two small words right now. I may get emotional. Just bear with me, because these two words, I use them a lot. I've used them a lot. I'm sure you use them a lot. They're very, very commonplace right now. Right now, what are you doing? Right now, right now. They became monumental in my life a few months ago, and I can't take credit for this. I have to give full credit for um, making these words just so powerful to me in at the right moment, at the right time, to one of my coaches, Cheryl Reed. She is amazing, and she and I get together regularly and talk, and we were talking about what was going on in my life. And this was probably end-ish of November, maybe early December of 2024. And I was struggling. I've not gone into a lot of detail, and I'm not going to right now for a lot of reasons, but 2024 was a really, really hard year. The fact that I'm like smiling and alive right now and upright is still a miracle to me, and I'm so grateful for it. But 2024 was a rough year. And towards the end of the year, I found myself just really tired, wanting to enjoy the holiday season, looking forward to so much. And at the same time, coming back to this place of worry and doubt and fear. And the way it showed up for me, and I've heard this from other people, but the way it showed up for me was like here in my stomach. It's your solar plexus, like right here. I would get this huge knot, this sick feeling like someone had punched me in the stomach. And it could come from out of nowhere. It could come from it. I might wake up with it in the morning, just like this knot in my stomach. It might go away for a little bit throughout the day and come back. But I knew the knot in my stomach was not good. And it wasn't the same as years ago when I had really stressful career as an attorney, and I would kind of have that panic feeling. I got an ulcer, all the things. It wasn't that feeling. It was this just, I knew this ball of fear and dread and worry was just sitting here. And I'd done lots of work to clear it. I've done everything I do, gratitudes, upping my energy, looking for the good, and yet it was still there. And I brought up something just that was bizarre to me, and I'm so glad I did. But I mentioned to Cheryl that um, I started to hear Christmas music. And, it starts before Thanksgiving, but, it starts early in November. And Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. It always has been. I love it so much. It is magical. It always has been to me, even before I had kids. When I was a kid, when I was a 20 something and a 30 something, and before kids, Christmas has always been magical to me. It's always had that feeling. And I love Christmas music. And there's this funny wave that comes over me when I hear Christmas music, typically. I just feel held. I feel safe. I feel warm. I feel happy. The first time every single Christmas season I hear White Christmas, I immediately think of my grandfather. It was one of his favorite songs. And I always take a beat wherever I am. It might be in a grocery store, it might be in a store, it might be in the car, just to sit and think about him the very first time I hear White Christmas every holiday season. It's like a little thing I've always done. This year, lead up to Christmas 2024, I had the most bizarre reaction to Christmas music. I had this knot in my stomach. I felt nauseous. It brought on a feeling of worry. It would carry up into my chest. Um, Worry about my family, worry about money, worry about what we were going to be doing over the holidays, worry about why I wasn't happy about the Christmas music. Worry about some of the things we've been dealing with during 2024. Worry. And let me tell you, that feeling had been with me before, but the fact that it dared to be tied to a Christmas song really, really got me. I didn't like it. I needed it to shift. I wanted it to shift. I was not about to go through a holiday season with my family here, with my kids, with the Christmas tree up, dreading hearing Christmas music because it brought this knot in my stomach. And so I raised it with Cheryl and I said, this is the weirdest thing. Normally I love Christmas music. Right now I have this reaction. And we worked through some stuff. And I know what's underneath it was worry and fear and not being in control and catastrophizing and all of the things. And we had lots to look forward to. Don't get me wrong. This season, we had lots to look forward to. My parents were coming and staying with us. We had all kinds of fun plans. All of my family was going to be here, happy and healthy. And yet this was there. And as we were working through it, and Cheryl was working to kind of pull out what was underneath it, what beliefs, what thoughts, what fears were underneath it, she came up with these two words and she said, okay, I was catastrophizing on one and I was kind of future tripping on the other. It was all over the place. And she's like, we need an anchor to bring you to the present. We need some kind of an anchor. What is it? What is it? And in years past, there's been a physical anchor for me. There's been a song. There's been something. And I could not find this anchor. And suddenly she said, right now. I just want you to think right now. Say the words out loud. Think the words out now. Right now, what is going on? Right now, I'm safe. Right now, my family are all here. Right now, everything is okay. Right now, I've done all that I can. Like fill in the blank after right now. Whatever fear, whatever worry, whatever doubt, whatever was coming up in that moment, typically when I heard the Christmas song, just kind of break the chain of it, anchor into something that was concrete and safe and tangible. And that just spoke to me. I mean, I felt like my shoulders change. I felt like this just expansion. I felt easier. And I was like, I can do that. I can say right now. I can say right now. And I'm like, I might have to say it a lot. And she gave me permission. All I needed to say it as many times as I needed to and wanted to. And that was, towards the end of November, early December. And boy, did I. Those two little words came up a lot in the next probably 2-week period. I used them a lot. I would wake up in the middle of the night with that knot, worried, thinking, right now, what do I know? Right now, everyone I love is safe. Right now, we're all sleeping in this safe, warm home, cozy in our beds. Right now, and I would just find the next thought that I knew to be true in that moment instead of future tripping and catastrophizing and making stuff up, because that's what I'd been doing, by the way. This is what we all do. When you get that knot in your stomach and that worry, and you let the fear and the doubt and the scarcity and the anxiety take over your body, it's typically a lie. It's typically a lie set into motion here that you physically start to feel. And so those words right now were my reminder, were my anchor that whatever you're thinking right now, Claire, it's a lie. It's not serving you. It doesn't make you feel good. It's giving you this sick feeling. It's a lie. What do you know to be true right now? And that's when I would find the next thing. Like, I'm laying here in this safe, warm bed. That was true. My loved ones are all under one roof. That was true. And I found myself not just in the middle of the night, not just first thing in the morning, but throughout the day. For the first 10 days to 2 weeks, I would hear a Christmas song. Boom. Right now. What do I know to be true? Right now, we are driving to this wonderful event. Right now, I have everything I need with me. Right now, and I would just fill in the blanks. And I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. And I know, I don't even know the day, but there was a point during all of this that I started hearing Christmas music, and I started singing along to Christmas music. The knot had gone, the fear had gone, that connection between the two. And I know this sounds silly, but it was my silly, right? And it was meaningful to me at the moment, at that point in time. And we all have that one little thing that we're like, why is this the thing that triggers me? Why is this the thing that's bringing on the worry? But I found myself in the kitchen singing Christmas music. I found myself putting it on the radio. I found myself walking around the house singing a Christmas song to the point that it was annoying to people, right? And so that shifted very quickly within me. That connection shifted. But I kept using right now. Anytime something didn't feel good, and I noticed it, I felt it in my body, I knew it was fear, a limiting belief, a lie, I used the words right now, and then I filled in the blank. And I did it probably until the end of January. I'll be honest, because I remember the middle of January, we were in New York, and I had a few of those moments. And I laid there in that hotel room in New York saying, right now, we're on vacation, and we've got some magical things planned for today. Right now, I'm so grateful that we've been able to take this trip together. Right now. And it became so powerful and useful that I actually naturally stopped using it because I didn't need it. It was bizarre. I went for weeks and weeks and weeks without having to say, Claire, right now, what do you know to be true? Right now. And it lasted a long time. And then recently there were a few little things that happened. And it's often, those things happen in our lives. They unsettle us a little bit. The fear, the doubt, the worry, the lies, the limiting beliefs all start percolating up again. And I found myself pulling out my tool that I know works. And I said those words right now, right now, right now. And it enabled me to take a breath. It enabled me to have that expansion. That knot went away. And I'm so grateful for those two little words. I'm so grateful that I went through that really weird, uncomfortable, difficult process at the end of November to identify what was at the heart of the feelings. And again, for those of you that missed it, it's typically fear, worry, lack of control, limiting beliefs, telling yourself lies, catastrophizing, all of those things, because you typically don't have control over a situation. And so I know I have it. I know I can call on it anytime I need to. And I know it works for me. And so I felt like I have to share this with people because it is simple. Now, I'll be honest, for you, those two words might not change anything. You might need to find two words or a phrase that changes it for you. What I love about right now is there is such truth and authenticity to it. It stops us projecting forward, going backwards. It brings us to this present moment, and it's simple and it's easy, and it requires us to do something, right? It requires you to think of something that shifts the yucky thought that you're having, the scary thought that you're having, the thought that's not serving you that you're having. So it requires action from you, and it gets a result quickly. If right now is not the word for you, you find what works for you, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If right now works, use it. Please use it, use it, use it. I was recently listening to Mel Robbins' book, Let Them, on Audible. Everyone had been raving about it, and I was like, I need to know what all of the fuss is about. And it's good. I've learned a lot, actually. And she says those words, let them, let them, let them, let them, fill in the blank, let them, let them, let them, so much throughout the book. It's the title of the book, right? It's a theory she has. It's a practice she has. And her saying that over and over again reminded me of the power of two words. When you fill in the blank after and it's something powerful and you know why you're using it and you know the motivation behind it and you use it often and you've got steps to take after, because the whole let them theory only works if you do the thing after, right? You just saying let them doesn't change everything. It's just two words. Same with right now. The words right now followed by the truth, followed by what you know to be true, followed by you getting yourself into a state of safety and knowing is the important thing. And so you've got to shift how you feel. And so don't reinvent it. If those words work for you, use them, use them, use them, use them, use them. Please use them. And tell me the shifts that come for you. Tell me the difference you feel. You'll notice it in your body. And I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about that. I've talked about energy before. I've talked about feeling. I've talked about thought. I'm going to be delving into that more and more and more as we explore things together. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of you getting really good at, and this only comes from practice, doing it over and over and over again, getting really good at shifting your thoughts and shifting how you feel. And you do get to decide that. You do have autonomy over that. Whether you believe it or not, you may have bought into the lie that you don't have autonomy over your thoughts, that you don't have autonomy over your feelings, but you do. You're the only one who can do that. You have such power over your thoughts and your feelings, but you have to decide and choose to do it. And then you have to choose again and again and again and again. And so the benefit of all of this work, what it does is it retrains you in really noticing how you feel. I keep doing this because I feel like here and I feel here. Some people feel here, some people feel all over their bodies, but I tend to feel it in my chest and in my solar plexus. You getting into a good vibrational feeling place around whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're faced with, wherever you're going, the conversations you're having, the relationships, the work, the difficult situations, the difficult conversations, you mastering that and truly, truly embodying, feeling good and claiming it and requiring it and making it a non-negotiable part of your life will be the thing that changes everything for you. Trust me on that, please. Now, I don't mean that you feel good all the stinking time, right? Every minute of every day, you just feel amazing. That's not real life. It's not authentic. It's not true. It's not healthy. We have to feel through all of the emotions. We should never suppress an emotion. We should never put a lid on an emotion. It is best to kind of feel it out, notice it, let it come out. Otherwise, you keep stuffing those things down. They're not going away. They get bigger and bigger and uglier. So feeling through an emotion, that my coach has always called an emotion energy in motion, right? It's energy trying to move its way out of your body, experiencing it, feeling it, crying, getting angry. There's nothing wrong with being angry. There is nothing wrong with crying. There is nothing wrong with experiencing frustration, experiencing it. Where the wrong happens is if you stay there, you stay stuck there, and then it influences your energy and how you're feeling, and then that influences how you respond and react to other people, and then they feel it, and then it's like this horrible game of hot potato that you're passing around. It starts with you. I decided long ago, and I can't believe I was this wise at like in my early 20s when I was working in a really stressful environment at a law firm. And I noticed I would come into work happy. There was no reason not to be. And there would be someone typically up the chain from me who was having a bad day, had bad things that happened, whatever, right? And that always rolled downhill. The new, you know what, rolled downhill. And so they would then take it out on me or someone else. And then they would then take it out on someone else and someone else and someone else. And before you know it, like some random person in the basement of the building or in the coffee shop or whatever was being treated badly because this person over here was having a bad day, right? I made a decision long ago that it stops with me. Someone says something to me, reacts to me, is having a bad day, and says something that kind of jolts me. It stops with me. I transform it, transmute it, whatever word you want to use. I don't keep it. Certainly don't keep it, right? I don't let it fester. I don't think because I had a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. I'm just going to pass this nasty thing around. No, I process through it and I make a decision that that's not going to impact how I treat the next person or talk to the next person or go out into my world. It stops with me. They don't get to let that stuff roll downhill. No, it doesn't happen. And so I learned that a long time ago. Now that I know the power of, true power of my energy and my thoughts and my beliefs, now I get to do so much more with it. And so experiment with it. Test it out on the people around you. When you shift your energy, when you go home tonight, as you pull into the garage before you walk into the house, if you have people in your home, make the decision, feel into a good energy, feel into as if it's Christmas morning. Feel into as if you've just won the lottery. Feel into, you've just got the best news ever about a family member. Whatever it is, feel into it. Go into the house with that energy and just notice how different it'll be. Sometimes you still have that little bit of kickback from people. If you can maintain your energy around everyone else, it will shift very quickly. People can't help but start responding in a good way to good energy. We all try to kind of get on the same frequency. You've seen those kind of vibrational things, right? We all try to raise to where everyone else is. So right now is how I do it when I'm in a really stuck, hard place. It's the first thing I do to shift my energy. Sometimes, by the way, here's a note, and this is important. Sometimes it's good enough to get to a neutral place. So if you're in a really, really, really bad place, feeling bad, thinking bad, thoughts, just cycling in this yucky, horrible, ugly place. It's sometimes a lot to ask to go to happy, happy, positive. The world is great. I'm so lucky. I'm so grateful. I get that. I can't always do that either. Sometimes the best thing you can do is get to a neutral place and then start acting and thinking from there. So don't beat yourself up if you can't go from worst feeling to happiest feeling. That's sometimes not possible in the moment. Get yourself to a neutral place and then go. Okay. This may seem, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to have an impact. Trust me, trust me, trust me. It will have a huge, huge impact on you, on how you feel and act, on the thoughts you're thinking, on how you sleep, on how you walk about in your day-to-day life, on your health, on your loved ones, their happiness, on your colleagues, in your place of work. Everything will start to shift. Now, your only job, because you can't stay there forever, I don't, your only job is to continue to work on your energy. So you find yourself back in the yucky place. What is your job? Your job is to notice your thoughts, notice how you feel, get to your anchor. It might be right now. Pull yourself to a place of neutrality, and then hopefully beyond positivity if you can, good place, good thoughts, the truth, and keep doing that every chance you get. It took me 2 weeks in December to shift how I feel. Now it could take me 2 hours because I've practiced it over and over and over again. It may get where it takes me 2 minutes sometimes, right? The point of this is you keep practicing it over and over again. You get better and better at it. You get better and better at controlling your thoughts and emotions, or shifting instead of control. Let's say shifting your thoughts and emotions and feelings and energy to a better place that serves you and all of those that are around you in your life. And then it gets better for all of us. So, recap. You find yourself in that stuck, sad, lonely, fear-based, anxiety-based place of thoughts and feelings. Try right now. Just try it. Right now, I'm safe and well. Right now, everyone around me is safe. Right now, I've done all that I can. Right now, I'm going to do this next. And please tell me how it goes for you. I can't wait to hear the shifts that you feel and the fun stuff we get to do once you've had those shifts. And I hope this helps you today. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me on the Yes and podcast. If this episode inspired you to say yes to more in your life, I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe, leave a review, and share with someone who needs to hear this message. Remember, life is meant to be lived fully, one courageous yes at a time. Until next time, I'm Claire Darr, cheering you on as you create a life of peace, purpose, and boundless possibilities. Keep dreaming big, and don't forget to say yes and